Good morning. Good morning. Blessed be. Hi. How are you, Angelia? Hi, YouTube. It doesn't show me who's watching, but hello, mystery person on YouTube. Hello, everybody on Facebook. It's nice to see you. Um, we are honoring Guanyin this month, and this morning I did one of those things where there's the GIF that shows all the different goddess cards like in a row. And so I was like, oh, and you tap it to stop it and screenshot it. Guanyin. I was like, yep, we're on message over here today. So here's Guanyin's candle, which is like been lasting so well. I'm happy and shocked at how long this little candle is lasting. And let's see which form of Guanyin wants to come today. But this isn't one. But it's interesting because right here, Daniela Schenker is writing about her pilgrimages to go visit Guanyin. And how she went to the Si Lai Temple in Los Angeles, which I've been to. It's beautiful. And then how she went on to Mount Kailash. But that's not what we're here to do, but fascinating. All right, Longevity Guanyin is back today, but I feel like I wonder if maybe some of these pages are getting accustomed to me falling on them, but nonetheless, we'll trust the bibliomancy. Longevity Guanyin, we had her earlier this month. And our keyword here is safety. So you can see here, happy full moon, yes. Members of the temple will be gathering tonight for our full moon online. Adorned with a magnificent peacock feather crown containing the image of Buddha Amitabha, Guanyin reaches out with her 16 radial arms. Two hands rest in her lap in a meditation pose, while another pair of hands is joined in prayer. In this manifestation, Guanyin protects sentient beings from attacks by their enemies and prolongs lives. Oh yeah, this one. With her multiple arms, Guanyin can act and protect on many levels at once. The number of arms shown in these images is merely symbolic, as her countless hands and eyes support all sentient beings at all times. In this form, she acts as a guardian angel, helping many people at once. Suppose, and here's from the Lotus Sutra, chapter 26, suppose with curses and various poisonous herbs, someone should try to injure you. Think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and the injury will rebound upon the originator. It's still so shocking to read that. And I've gone and looked it up in a couple different versions of the Lotus Sutra to see if it's just the translation. Nope. This is what it says. Get in touch with Longevity Guanyin, who coordinates and masters the cosmic processes in order to make your life smoother at all levels of consciousness. Ask her to dissolve your obstacles more quickly so that you can understand the message of life at this very moment and contribute to your own growth. Visualize yourself as the 1,000-armed bodhisattva who is able to support a large number of beings simultaneously. Well, one of our sisters in the wider community who goes by Sea Witch She has been through such a hard time. First, wildfire took her home. Then, in trying to rebuild and use natural building methods and natural remediation methods for the land, she was blocked by the government because they wanted her to use chemicals and prefabricated type building. Then her beloved husband, Rory, had a stroke. And now Rory is dying. And if we could send positive energy to her, because she has felt and been beset by difficulties this past few years. It's just been one thing after another. And I really feel for her. And I think even if we don't have like enemies per se, which sometimes we don't actually have enemies, but we might have circumstances that feel like they are personal. Like sometimes we have so many misfortunes in a row that then it starts to feel personal. Sometimes we might even feel like the universe hates us. And I've been through those types of times in my life. And I think probably many of us have been through those types of times. And when you're just beset by one thing after another, it strips away your life force. But calling upon Guanyin can help to restore and replenish your life force so that you can go on. So today, let's hold in our practice, Trish and Rory, that Trish's life force be replenished as she is coping with this unimaginable loss after loss after loss. And for Rory, that when it is his moment to pass, his life force easily, smoothly, peacefully passes into the Summerlands. And here's our card today. Mother of Mercy is our card today. For this full moon, the Mother of Mercy. Just like a sun that shines brightly, casting a strong shadow, your growing spiritual power needs to be expressed with the awareness that it will have an effect on others, even if you are not completely conscious of that effect. To create peace in the expression of your power, call upon the Mother of Mercy. Mercy tempers great strength and power with kindness, gentleness, compassion, and caring. The divine Guanyin brings the quality of mercy to you now as a divine gift, encouraging you to cultivate mercy in your dealings with others and to receive it for yourself now too. Dispensations of mercy come when we are without recourse. Perhaps we've lost our way or become unable to find our way through, or we have caused a great effect for better or worse that we did not intend. It might even be that through our own hand, we have caused a situation without intention or malice. We just proceeded in a certain way because we had not yet learned to avoid it. Perhaps our own guidance led us consciously into shadow so that we could learn something valuable, but now we're stuck. We may perhaps have caused harm to others through unconsciousness, or we could be suffering from heavy karmic lessons from this or another lifetime. Our soul may really be struggling to integrate our lessons, to feel free to rise up and move on. Or perhaps we're in a situation where we hold great power. It might even be in a less obvious position of power, where we take advantage of another's care for us to secure what we want. All situations related to shadow like this call for the quality of mercy. Divine mercy from the Heavenly Mother brings us to a place where we can stop the cycle of manipulation or of being manipulated or of unkindness or of unconsciousness. To pray for mercy is a powerful prayer. Guanyin drops the nectar of mercy from her ivory vase into the hearts of those who call to her. If you are in a situation where you feel disempowered or where there is manipulation or fear, struggle, hurting, or suffering, call upon the Mother of Mercy now and accept her spiritual gift to you. Well, I think for our purposes today, this Mother of Mercy card resonates really well, not so much with the aspects of manipulation or harm, but just with how hard it is for the person who is here tending the one who is dying, the one who is moving on, to stay present for what's happening while still having a part of themselves that just wants to go wild with grief. And Mother of Mercy is the one who shows up when you are wild with pain, with grief, with loss, with tragedy. When you are wild with just a feeling within that you don't even know what it is. You can't even put a name to it. It's the aggregation of many different things. So, whoever needs to hear this today, whoever is going through something that's really hard, whoever is going through a time of feeling an inner wildness wanting to arise, and sometimes that inner wildness can take a form as a destructive thing. But other times, that inner wildness just takes the form of grieving and sorrowing and loss. So let's today really look for the places where our wildness is arising, and whether that's anger at injustice, or whether that's grief or loss, or whether that's the feeling of spring fever of being pent up, or whether that's a burst of creativity that wants to express itself, but we might not know how to get it there. Whatever it is that our inner wildness comes and surfaces today, let's call upon the Mother of Mercy so that it is productive or constructive, compassionate, rather than destructive or adding to our grief. And further, let's put it this way. When there is the manifestation of someone's bright light on this earth, someone who is trying to do something different, someone who is trying to create some fresh trajectory in the world of power, of ideas, of whatever it is, that person will meet resistance. And that resistance will often come from the powers that be and for those who feel the need to maintain status quo. Status quo is what has gotten us collectively into quite a mess. In order to move forward, we need fresh ideas and new ways of expressing. We just have to be courageous and merciful enough to ourselves and others so that we can express the new, allow the new, and welcome possibilities that perhaps we hadn't considered before. So today, We're going to look at how power plays out in our lives. Like I dyed stuff yesterday, so you can still see it in my hands. We're going to look at how power plays out in our lives, and particularly look at how people will try to leverage power in a way to create status quo, or leverage power in a way to try to harm another because they feel threatened. Just like what's happened to Trish and Rory, where they brought to the entire mix of how we deal with wildfires the ideas of mycoremediation and natural healing for the land, and the powers that be resisted. So let's instead today send our energy toward an open door for Rory's spirit, strength for Trish, and the opening of new ways of healing after trauma, individual and collective, so that we can actually have deep and lasting healing on the earth. Okay, that's our short bit for today, if that's what you were here for. Now, let's begin our practice with 3 prostrations before the shrine of Guanyin. And blessings of the full moon. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention today for Rory and Trish as Rory approaches the veil. And let's recite the Four Immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. We'll make our offerings. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering for Guanxian, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Omahong, 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 Omahong. Omahong, 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 Om-ahong. Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations of Namo Guanxian Pusa, calling upon the one who protects us from both deliberate and accidental harm. Namo Guanxian Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxian Pusa. Namo Guanxian Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxian Pusa. Namo Guanxian Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxian Pusa. Namo Guanxian Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxian Pusa. Namo Guanxian Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxian Pusa. Namo Guanxian Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxian Pusa. Namo Guanxian Pusa, Namo Guanxian Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin 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 Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. And our prayer to Yeshet Sogyal, mother of Buddhism in Tibet, by Jamyang Kensei Chukyi Lodro. Yingchu Daki Somo Kachensa, Dusum Kunchen Pema Jungne Ki, Sangso Dipo de Chenso Gyalmar, Soa Dipso Chuktun Nudrupso. Mother of space, foremost of Dakinis, Lady Karchensa, gatherer of the secret treasury of Padmakara, knower of all past, present, and future, Mother Sogyal, great bliss queen, to you we pray, grant us cities, ordinary and supreme. Yingchuk daki somo karchensa, dusum kunchen pema jungne ki, tsangso tupo dechenso gyalmar, so wadepso chuktun nudrup so. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending our love to Trish and Rory. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lamadei Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxian Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. And Natalie says, I walked into the break room and there were cupcakes. I thought to myself, cupcakes. I now need to take a short walk, and I'm so glad I was able to get on live stream in order to listen to practice. Practice with cupcakes, Natalie Rose. Whew, deluxe. All right. I hope everyone has a great day. Great full moon for the members of the Goddess Temple app. If you're a Mandala member, we're gathering tonight for the Temple of Aphrodite, and we will be back with Guanyin practice tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.